Hey guys, Project-Zodiac here. I'm back with another video review, and this is another movie review, and it's one that I'm very excited for. So this is my review on the original live-action Mortal Kombat movie, in anticipation for the new movie Mortal Kombat 2 coming out later this year. And yeah, so for this movie marathon, I'm going to be reviewing just the live action Mortal Kombat movies. That's Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and then the remake slash reboot Mortal Kombat. Well, actually, no, that one was a reboot, not a remake. Mortal Kombat from 2021. So this one is, the first in this series, and it's one that I'm super excited to talk about. I might review the animated movies as well because those are also pretty good. But I'm focusing right now just on the live action ones. If I do those, it'll be a little bit later because there's a bunch of other movies I'm watching to review. So those ones are on my priority list. But yeah, if I have time soon, I'll review those as well. Hopefully in anticipation of the release of the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. So this section here is going to be a spoiler-free section. I'm just going to give my quick general thoughts on what I think about this original Mortal Kombat movie, and then I'm going to give a spoiler section. So let's go straight into it. I just love this movie so much ever since I was little. It's one of my favorite video game movies because it's done with care. It's funny. It's also a bit true to the games, even though it's not rated R, but it's still true to the essence of the games. And it kind of shows that, yes, it doesn't need to be rated R for it to still be a good Mortal Kombat property or a good Mortal Kombat movie. Obviously, everyone would want Mortal Kombat to be rated R. I mean, just look at the games. There's a lot of violence in that series. But yeah, I think that this worked really well. It doesn't really feel like things are missing. They have all of the iconic things in there. We got a fatality. We got the iconic lines like flawless victory. We got finish him. We have get over here. There's and the way that they're done isn't always a forceful way. Like a lot of it just comes a little bit more naturally, especially compared to the other two live action movies. Um, so I thought that was pretty cool. I also like that this one is focused on the tournament. The way that the characters are introduced, I thought was pretty cool. It is a little bit weird that they do make both Sub-Zero and Scorpion as working together in this movie, but I guess you can say they're kind of being controlled. So that one was interesting for sure, as that was a bit different, but it worked honestly. And even for the time, the special effects for it as well was also really good. Even like what they did with Goro, like that wasn't CGI. That was like a puppet, and there are some scenes where it looks so good and almost like a real thing, compared to like the Goro from Mortal Kombat 2021, which just looked like a big CGI guy. So it's so impressive to see that. Like, yes, there are some moments where Goro looks like a puppet here, but then there are some moments where he looks real. So I thought that was really, really impressive. So a lot of the fighting as well, I think, was really, really good. A lot of the characters that they included is also a very good mixture of characters. And yeah, I mean, I thought it was all really good. Um, the characters are all really, really well done. They, for the most part, looks like they're video game versions for the most part. And Raiden in this movie is really cool. He's got like this dry humor that's awkward and not funny at all and forcefully funny, but it's like kind of on purpose, so it comes off as a dry humor, and everyone is just like, what is wrong with you? Like when they're is speaking with him and he's trying to be funny. But he does take things very seriously as well. So, yeah, I mean, this movie is so good. And they play the Mortal Kombat song, Techno Syndrome. I think that's what it's called, right? The one that shouts Mortal Kombat, and then it's like the characters' names and that huge, nice techno beat with it. It's such an amazing song. I love it. They play that Mortal Kombat song many times in this movie, and it's just so well done. So yeah, this movie, even if it's not rated R, even if it did some creative liberties, like for example, Scorpion's kunai rope thing, it's a part of his hand, so like opens up and then it just comes off like a snake, and then it just like goes and gets shot. Um, so that's weird, but and painful because he has rope inside of his arm, like literally inside of his arm. Um, but it it works. So yes, they did take some creative liberties with some things, but it's so good. It works. There's so much charm and care into it, and like the villain in this movie as well. He's actually pretty scary at times when he's talking, and I think honestly this was the best cast for a Mortal Kombat movie because the actors for the most part look like their video game counterparts. They act the same way, and the outfits and everything looks just like the games, and I think that this is really good. I do know that this movie is kind of like a cult movie and it has a cult following, but I know a lot of people also don't like it, given that it's censored. It's, in other words, it's not rated R. Given that there's some cheesy moments in it, but it's like if you guys watch this and you play Mortal Kombat, this is literally adapting Mortal Kombat. The only real difference is some of the creative liberties and it being less violent, but it's still Mortal Kombat. It has the essence of it, and this is what I think is a really good adaptation of something. It stays true to the source material and very, very good in how it honors that material. So yeah, I love this movie. I think it's fantastic, and I've seen this movie so many times. It's so good. But yeah, guys, that's it for my spoiler-free section. In terms of complaints, the only thing I will say is, for some of the um, special effects, it does look a little bit really, really off-putting. But then in other moments, it's really cool. In some situations, again, the lines can be a little bit forced, and I do think that the actress for Sonya was a bit annoying. The actress for Johnny, I think he was fine. And then another complaint that I have is I do wish we got a little bit more fights from like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, because the ones that we did was very quick and rushed. But those really are just my complaints. Other than that, the movie is so fun. But yeah, let me know what you think of this movie. If you don't want to stay for my spoiler section, then thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. For those of you that do want to stay for my spoiler section, I don't have a lot extra to say. Just some quick topics over here. So let's go straight into it. So, right, the fact about Sub-Zero and Scorpion being controlled, we understand why a little bit, but it still doesn't fully make sense. I think they should have addressed that a little bit more. I also think it would have been nice if we got a little bit more of the ninjas. I mean, that's not spoiler, honestly, but I do think we need a little bit more of the ninjas. And it would have also been better to see why Shao Kahn wants to rule the Earth realm, and what it is that the plan for that is. Also, Raiden a lot of times just doesn't do too much. I think he could have done a little bit more. I know that in the original game he also didn't do too much in terms of the story too, but still I think it would have been better if he was a little bit more involved. And really the only other complaint or comment that I have to say that I think would be a spoiler one is just that this movie kind of just, how can I say it? I just think that some of the things that they did with Scorpion was the right direction, but resolved too quickly. And the fact that he's only just there as a henchman, he doesn't really talk or do much, I think was a bit of a wasted opportunity. And same for Sub-Zero. Because when Sub-Zero is introduced, he does all these really cool things, but then he's just there for the rest of the movie. And then it's Scorpion, but then Scorpion doesn't really do anything. So I do think that they could have done that a lot different in terms of Scorpion Sub-Zero in certain parts. But even so, I'm not too mad about how they were handled because I still think that they were handled in a cool way and in a mostly respectful way. So I think that that was, pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that's it for my review on Mortal Kombat, the original movie, and I just love this movie so much. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you think. How do you think it compares to Mortal Kombat from 2021 and its direct sequel, Mortal Kombat Annihilation? And are you all excited for the sequel to Mortal Kombat 2021, Mortal Kombat 2, coming out this year? Let me know what you think. With all that said, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.